I was about to watch the second Peter Rabbit film, and then I realised I'd never reviewed the first film on its own. So I figured, let's check it out again. It's been a long time since I saw it, and I don't have the fondest memories of it. So I wasn't expecting much, but I'm pleased to say that actually, with the second viewing, it was a much better experience. The film was released in 2018. It's directed by Will Gluck. It's written by Will Gluck and Rob Lieber, of course, based on The Tales of Peter Rabbit by Beatrix Potter. And we have a cast including Domhnall Gleeson and Rose Byrne and Sam Neill. We also have a voice cast including James Corden, Margot Robbie, Daisy Ridley, Rose Byrne, Sam Neill and Domhnall Gleeson also provide voices. And it's obviously a live-action film, but with animated rabbits. And the narrative is what I remember not liking very much about it. I have discussed this in a video when I was discussing other films as well at the same time. I haven't gone back to listen to my opinions, so if I say anything now that doesn't match what I said in that discussion, it's just the way my memory has obviously changed over the years. But as far as I can remember, it was the narrative that didn't really appeal to me much. The animation is fine, cast, voice acting, no problems there, and the soundtrack is very good. But to be fair, if you put 500 miles in a film, I'm going to enjoy that part at the very least. But I'd have to say I enjoyed the film pretty much throughout. I'm not saying I suddenly absolutely adored it, but it was significantly better than I remembered. It starts off with Peter Rabbit and the others in the garden of Mr McGregor, and unfortunately he is no longer with us pretty quickly. And then we have Thomas McGregor, his relative, who has inherited his home, and he has, of course, come to the property. And we have this great scene before he gets there where all of the animals, including the rabbits, realise that the house is empty and they have free reign of the garden and the home, and it's tremendous fun, really well done. And then, of course, Thomas arrives, and he's not exactly a rabbit fan, to say the very least, and the rabbits are curious about him, but they don't want him around. And it's all about them trying to get used to each other while simultaneously trying to get rid of each other. And we also have a potential relationship developing between Thomas McGregor and Rose Byrne's character B, which is a nice enough part of the narrative. And honestly, there's nothing about it that didn't work. The narrative flows well, the pacing is really great. It's maybe not the most engaging narrative right throughout. There were times where I feel like it wasn't as interesting as some other scenes, but at the same time, I don't think there was anything in it that didn't need to be there. It may not have been constantly at the same level for me, but I don't think there was any fluff or padding. Also, I apologise if you can hear my cat meowing. She's looking out of the window and can see goodness knows what. And I don't think there was any fluff or padding, so that wasn't too bad at all. But for me, I think what made it the most interesting, or the reason why I actually kind of liked it, is because of the characters of, well, the rabbits, but also the other animals as well. We have a pig who is really delightful, and there's some really great dialogue between the animals. That's not to say the dialogue between the live-action characters isn't good. It's absolutely fine, but for me, the appeal was the animals and their interactions with one another, and the animation aspect is very well done as well. So I have to say I'm pleased that I had a reason to go back and watch it, because I thought it was pretty good. Not amazing, as I said. I'm not suddenly thinking it's the best film ever, but it's much better than what I remembered. And obviously it's no secret that our tastes in films can change, or our opinions can change over time. I don't regularly go back and rewatch films that I've not cared much for, because that would seem like a waste of time. But if I get the opportunity to rewatch something like this, I'm happy to give it a go, because the experience might be different. And I'm pleased to say on this occasion, I think I enjoyed it more than the first time, and I'm looking forward to the second one. I've not actually read any reviews of the second one, so I'm not actually sure how well it was received, but the fact that they stopped at 2, where it seems like a series where they could have gone on for longer, might be telling. We'll see, time will tell. But for now, I'm pleased to say that Peter Rabbit was better than I remembered, and I'd say I'm happy to recommend it.